The Gemara in Megillah tells us the reason why Achashverosh agreed to destroy the Jewish people was not because Mordechai refused to bow down to Haman and that caused the chain reaction, but rather because the Jewish people benefited from Achashverosh's party. They went to the party, that 186-day party they attended, and that was the cause for their downfall. But we have to ask, what exactly did they do wrong? What Isser did they violate? Maybe there was Bishul Akum, maybe some of the food was cooked by non-Jews and they weren't involved in the cooking. Hashtiya kadas, the Megillah says that the drinking was kadas, it was sahalachic. Kirtzon ish v'ish, said Mordechai had some type of knowledge and involvement, which means the food was glot kosher. And yet, this was the reason that the entire Jewish people were going to be destroyed? Says Rav Aaron Kudler, the reason why the Jewish people deserved to be destroyed was because they stopped caring about themselves. They just wanted to be like others. And when you want to be like others and you lose your identity, then you're nobody. Who are you? You're just living someone else's life. You think about all of the advertising businesses and companies out there. You see all these billboards, digital ads about who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to look like, what clothes we're supposed to wear, what bags we're supposed to carry, what watches we need on our wrists. This is who we're supposed to be, we're told. And we forget, as a result, we forget to be ourselves. It doesn't mean that we have to be countercultural. There's a certain societal standard that we all have to keep. But the excess is just unnecessary. And that's the challenge in our lives, is to maintain not just the balance, but maintain an identity, maintain a sense of self. This is who I am, and be comfortable in one's skin. And over the last couple weeks, and even longer, but we have all of these podcasters, media influencers who say such negative things about the Jewish people. How different they are, how terrible they are, how all the evils in the world are just ascribed to one tiny nation. And as crazy as it sounds, and it is crazy, and it's terrible, and it should be rejected, I think there is one helpful thing that we can take from some of these deranged individuals, and that is to remember that we are different, and that it's okay to be different, to keep your identity and be proud of your identity. That's essentially what they're doing, that we're special. And remember it. They might use it as a negative, but we can take that same criticism and use it as a positive. We reject what they say, but we understand at our core that we don't have to be like everybody else. We can be unique, we can have an identity while being part of the rest of society. And when we have that identity, when we are proud of who we are, then we have something to live for. There's meaning in our lives, and we can impart that joy and that love to others as well. La Yehudim haisa ora v'simcha v'sason vikar. For the Jewish people there was ora zu Torah, sason zu yantif, simcha zu mila, vikar is tefillin. I think I said it backwards. La Yehudim haisa ora zu Torah, ora v'simcha is yantif, sason is mila, vikar is tefillin. These are all identifying marks of the Jewish people. Torah, yantif, tefillin, and mila. If we focus and accentuate the beauty of our identity, of our faith, of our religion, then we can continue to navigate this complex world that we live in and live a more meaningful, healthier, spiritual, and positive life. Have a wonderful Shabbos.